We love hip hop.
And I think we can wrap. Let's see. Let me just check my time here. I think I'm at, oh shit, 2 hours and change. Jesus Christ. Man, good shot. Okay. Let me pull up this shit here. Podcaster, and let's stay in LA for a quick minute. So this LA rap duo, Coyote, beat up disrespectful podcast host. Okay, and I'll show y'all what I'm looking at here. It's kind of crazy. Viewer discretion is advised. You got to know if you're going to be doing all of this podcast, what do you call it? Animated wild shit. You got to know who you're dealing with. So let's proceed.
Competing with the J. Cole's and the Kendrick.
See, that's where you're losing me.
What about?
So this is the group right here.
What he's saying, like, I appreciate the comparison. I think we're in our own world, even though
definitely
that's what we aim for.
Definitely another world.
But what's so funny about that?
Like, are you the only person that talks in the group, or does he talk?
Let me ask y'all also while this is playing, real or fake? Because these days, just creating some kind of tension, some kind of beef on camera is going to get you hella clicks. So, real or fake?
That's the fucking thing.
I'm the podcaster guy. Why you gotta get this? Because I don't.
Nah, we don't need to do all that.
You're J. Cole. Now you gotta.
It's not that. It's not that. You've been disrespectful the whole fucking time.
I've seen some of y'all videos, bro. You be having braids.
I mean,
where
the
are you getting that from?
I mean.
And you don't even do that.
Hey, bro, keep your ass to yourself, bro.
I'm just saying,
you're getting crazy.
Fine hair. You're not the culture,
fine hair. Nah, man, this ain't no fine hair. This is fucking
saying,
Native American shit.
But it ain't for you, cool. You don't. I'm saying it's not for a lot of people.
See, this is where it kind of made me start thinking this might be fake, because just the going for the hat shit, right? Like you're doing a little bit too much there, broski.
It's not. I'm not just saying.
No, I disagree.
Because all the music y'all make is like some Yo Keto Taco Bell music. I just don't fuck with it.
Name one song that's like that.
Can't relate to it. It's like our culture. How can I?
And let me see. I guess this is what's the name of this podcast? I want to give them some kind of credit.
Can you relate to it?
I mean,
you think white suburban kids was related to Kodak Black? You think they were related to NWA when they came out? It doesn't matter. It's somebody speaking.
But y'all not NWA. Y'all not that.
We're MWA.
We're hip hop.
We're MWA.
From an authentic
Wait for it.
place.
We're being real, bro. Y'all make like fucking.
Yeah, we touched them again. Wait for it.
Beaner music.
Hey, boy.
This guy said he makes Beaner music. Here we go. From the time he said you make Beaner music, they were off to the races, right? Because in the West Coast, that word Beaner, like it's, I guess, another word for being a fiend. So you got to watch your step when you say that shit.
Hey, chill.
So real or fake, gang? Because like I said, podcast fights, I could even just do a search on YouTube and you'll see a bunch of different podcast fights. Like there was the one that happened in New York the other day with a gentleman who he was talking hella shit. And dude mollywopped him. He gave him like an uppercut. Let's do this podcast fights. And this is besides No Jumper. Technically, No Jumper might have started this trend. Look at all of these different podcast fights. Danzig just had one 6 months ago. Let me see. Let me put in this one here. NYC. This one here.
Around December of last year, I kept getting these videos sent to my like. That's the first step, and show them.
Hey, yo, listen, y'all. I've been doing this shit for 4 years, y'all. I've been talking shit to everybody who has ever put a hand.
Yeah. See this
squad wash shoot. I said, all right, bro, like use a Mark Pie, right? Like you gotta really listen. Like you got to apply the pressure and show them you not no punk.
It's more to it. It's more to it. That's why I let you rock. So leave it alone. Yes, on my soul. Hey, yo,
right. Watch this.
Listen, y'all. I've been doing this shit for 4 years, y'all. I've been talking shit to everybody who has ever put a hand.
Trapline TV. Let's see how much views they got on this shit. Trapline TV fights. The first thing that pops up. 90,000 views 1 month. That's all they got off of this? No way. There's no way you only got 90,000 views off this fight. It wasn't worth it. Not to say that, We Love Hip Hop is like, 90,000 views. Oh, we do that every day. No, but still, a man got punched in his face. Oh, inappropriate. That's why.
Talking about that you in the street. You say
that's why the algorithm pushed it down. They saw that punch and they're like, yeah, we're not doing that. And I seen somebody mention Road to Success says Friday almost had a fade on the podcast with Lady SB and Bodyguard. Yeah. I wonder how I searched this. I've never searched it myself on this shit. Is it right here? Oh, I need to clip this on its own. You're mod. I'm going to go clip that.
We Love Hip Hop.
Is it right? It should be right here. I know my own content, so.
One thing I've got to ask about, though. Chromas.
Big Sleep. Oh, is it here? Oh, I found it.
Me the same question? Doing what? Working doing.
Okay, I'll straight.
Doing.
Don't hit me. Are you a telly thing?
Am I a telly thing?
That's what I'm just gonna straight out ask what the people want to know in the comments all the time.
No.
Come on, fam. Like, you're a baddie, you know what I'm saying? But like, I know a lot of times people get in the telly. It's okay. We can be real over here today.
Did I not just say no? I don't understand. Like, I just said no.
I'm saying, we're having a real interview here today. Like, the people want to know.
Are you still asking me the same question?
I'm just saying the people want to know.
Honestly, like, do you hear this shit? Like,
yo.
So there's an economy in crashing out, right? Like, there's a podcast where I don't know how many No Jumper episodes where mans were getting their whole face punched off, right? So I don't know. I just hope that this isn't such a trend that the only things that get high spikes of views are when podcasters crash out, when a guest crashes out on a podcaster, or when, hosts crash out on each other. I hope that that's not such a trend that, not pure interviews, like boring interviews. I'm talking about good interviews get pushed down in the algorithm unless somebody says something spicy or unless somebody really pops off in the interview, right? Because if that's the case, I don't know how high it has to go before somebody says, you know what, all right, we got to stop this trend. Okay. Lil House Phone and Pot Lord almost fight during podcasts. Like, low key, it's from one nigga seen that No Jumper was getting a lot of traction, a lot of people reposting them on all over different Instagram blog pages and TikTok and all over the place. After they saw a couple of crash outs over there, I think a lot of podcasters said, you know what? Hold my beer. Right? Like, Let me see what I can do to get it shaken on my pod. Because I don't know. I don't know if we can consider this one that we were originally looking at, just to bring it back full circle. I don't know if we can consider this one real.
That's fucking serious, man. Why you waste our fucking time? Man, September 14th, the Regent Theater. Let's see if nobody fucks with us, you punk ass.
See, this is what right there at the end. This is where another part where I'm like, I don't know if this is real. With all due respect to these guys, Coyote. Because they were able to plug their show right after.
As bum.
I think they're competing with the J. Cole's and the Kendrick.
See, that's where.
If y'all know the name of this podcast, let me know in the comments below. All right. Big salute to AR. Big salute. All right. It's getting to the point where, do people even want to see rap interviews? Are y'all interested in rap interviews where people are like, hey, what about your musical process? Where did you grow up? All of those questions that people want to know about rappers. Or do you want rappers to come on shows and, be asked spicy questions that'll make them turn up? Right? You want to see nigga jump on the table and start spilling his alcohol all over the place. Like, is that what y'all want to see? Or do y'all want to see, like, y'all really want to get to know some of these people that you listen to their music? Because even some of the lining of questions that I was seeing over here in this podcast clip, maybe, I know it's just a small clip. They might have asked them a whole bunch of other questions before. But some of these niggas just bring people on shows just to talk shit. And not ask them one question about themselves. And to an artist who's moving around trying to promote their shit, even if it's not all musical questions, because I understand that can get boring at times, they still want to be able to talk about themselves or talk from their perspective. I asked TV Gucci the other day, after asking him a bunch of questions about his journeys and his life and different things that have been going on with him, I asked him about the Drake and Kendrick beef. He curbed me. Crazy. He wasn't trying to hear that. He wasn't trying to do all of that. Because he knew that was going to be some spicy shit. He knew that was going to be a moment. And that moment is not going to be taken well by everybody. All right, let me see if I can find the boy TV Gucci. TV Gucci came through and... All right. We missed to not want to not ask this because the most majorest thing went down in the hip-hop scene like a while back.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Like, just because he rolls with Drake doesn't mean that this question has something to do with him. This is one of these little mixy podcast questions. I'm not going to act like I'm not guilty of doing that sometimes too. We make content out here. We know we trying to move the needle. You got somebody who's rolling with Drake all the time. I might want to, get his opinions on this shit. You know what I'm saying? If he does give his opinion, that's going viral. We're not going to act like it ain't.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah.
How could I ask this question?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
When the whole battle went down, right? How's your DMs looking at somebody who's around the boy? Are people like getting at you like, bro, what's going on? Trying to find out information. You know what I'm saying?
These things, I don't involve myself in politics. So the question you're asking, G, is like a politic question. You know what I mean? Like, I can say something positive or negative, and it can be somebody will take it into their own way. So me personally, G, I come from the streets, man. We don't talk about beef, fam. And yeah, we don't do it. It don't make no sense.
No,
there's nothing to get out of it, because at the end of the day,
we missed. See, handled like a pro. Okay, and I'm not even saying that this situation with me asking TV Gucci is the same as those guys crashing out and punching each other on the podcast. But my point is, I'm not asking him a question about himself specifically. I'm asking him a question about his mans in them. Like, yo, what's going on? Well, how did you feel about the issue that your homeboy had? Right? So just even with that whole podcast and these guys crashing out, they're asking questions that have nothing to do with the artist. So the artist, you know, sometimes people do that just to antagonize an artist. Like I wasn't doing it to antagonize TV Gucci, but you know, asking, let's say if I started going, come on, fam. So tell me, you know, your boy Drake lost. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about that, bro. How you feel about that, fam? So you know what you gonna do about that? That right there, he might want to swing on me. It's gonna be great content if it's caught on camera. If he's like, yo, release the video, I don't care. Okay, we out of here. It's gone viral. But at what cost? Now I'm gonna have to do that all the time. Every other guest, somebody's gonna have to try to. I'm gonna have black eyes every time that me and Dusty and Czar link up. You be like, yo, what's going on with you, fam? What's up with you got a split lip? Yeah, I had an interview last week, yo. You know how it goes. We gotta get them views. Yeah, I asked him a wild question. He punched me right in the lip. Yeah, you know how it go. How many views it got though? So, listen, salute to those guys, those Coyote guys. I wish I knew the name of that podcast that dude got. He got rocked up. But maybe it's for the better. Anywho,
we love hip hop.